All right, so oftentimes you'll hear the phrase, trying to keep my head above water when it comes to like a business. Now, most people are talking about their finances. In my case, I'm literally talking about keeping my head and my shop above water. If you follow me here on YouTube or if you've watched any of my stuff on Instagram, you may know that my shop has a pretty bad flooding problem. Inches of water. Nothing I can do about it. We've had really significant hurricanes and storms in the past, and they've really damaged parts of my shop and just basically ruined my fall and late summer seasons by keeping me up all night, watching the weather, watching radar maps, and coming down here in my waders more often than I'd like.
Not good.
I've been desperately trying to find a solution for that. And before I get into it, I'll give you a little bit of the backstory as to what's happened in the past here at my shop and what I'm doing to fix it. And then we'll get into this amazing machine, which I think is gonna help me dramatically and might help you keep your shop, your house, or your job site from flooding ever again. All right, so here's my shop, and it's in the lower level of a 3-story building. And excuse the garbage, we're about to do a dumpster run, but what you've got here is you've got about a 3,000 square foot building that dumps water off the roof into the driveway. Now, couple that with the fact that I'm subterranean of the street and subterranean of this neighbor's yard, you've got a real recipe for disaster, because when it rains, let me tell you, the water comes down like you can't believe. So we've spent some time putting in a series of catch basins and dry wells, the main one being this one. Now this one has an electric pump in it, which pumps water up to the street if it hits the float switches, but it's not enough, and if the power ever goes out, you're really doomed. Now this catch basin is tied into some other catch basins over here and dry wells that drain down to sand because we are on an island. But the problem is the volume of the water that comes can really be so insane that there's just no way for the water to drain as fast as it's coming down. And that's where this pump from Multiquip comes into play. Now, anybody that deals with flooding knows there's a million different kind of pumps you can buy. I have an electric pump that goes out to the street. And when things get really bad, really the only solution you can rely on is a gas-powered pump. Now, gas-powered water pumps are usually 5 to 10, if not 20 times more powerful than even the biggest electric pump. And if you're in a hurricane situation, do you really want to rely on an electric pump if the power goes out or anything gets disrupted in that way? So a gas-powered pump is usually kind of the go-to if you deal with flooding. Now, I've had a bunch of different types, but they all require somebody to be there, pull the pull cord, or turn the key to turn them on. That's where this pump comes in. This is the Multiquip QP3TI. This is a self-starting, self-priming, gas-powered, full trash, 3-inch water pump. That was a lot of information, but if you've ever dealt with water pumps, you kind of know what I'm getting at. This pump uses a float system similar to your electric pump to actually turn on the gas-powered motor, start suction with the self-priming, and immediately start evacuating water. I'm going to show you close up kind of how you operate it, and then from there I'm going to do a demo to show you how it works, because it's really amazing. All right, so here's the pump in its entirety. I have it up on a shelf to keep it off of the ground in case of flooding, but basically you've got 2 discharge hoses and 1 suction hose. So the suction hose comes in through the front, goes down to a strainer, which would go in my catch basin. And then if you want to discharge left or right, you can. Like I said, it's 3-inch. And right here would be the priming port. So basically there's a big cap here. Now I've rigged mine up to a hose basically for the purposes of demoing it. So I've got an adapter here and I'm going to just be flooding it with water so that the pump doesn't run dry while I'm doing some testing. Over here on the control panel, it's pretty straightforward. You've basically got a key start, and then you've got a manual and a standby mode. You can adjust the flow, how much water you want to come out. And then what's interesting and different is you've got this drain and fill option. So you've got 2 floats, a top and a bottom, and you can decide if you want to drain a vessel or fill a vessel. And the floats would obviously correspond to that. And it is a 12-volt battery system. So with this, you obviously have the ability to key start. And then if you put this on auto mode, you've got pilot lamps that will tell you your status so that you know that your system is ready to go when your floats go. So let me show you how the floats work. So the system uses 2 floats, which I think is really cool. Basically one at the bottom, which would be very close to your suction port, and one at the top, so you know when to kick the system on and know that there's actually enough water to merit using this thing. So in my case, I have a catch basin in the ground that's tied to all my other dry wells. So basically if this catch basin fills up, that means everything's full up. So my bottom float is down at the bottom of my catch basin and my top is at the top. And basically what happens is as the bottom floats up, it basically tells the system that as soon as that top float goes up, it should turn on. So let me show you how that works. I basically just turn the system on with the key. It's on auto mode. I turn it to start and now it's basically ready to go. So if my bottom float goes up, nothing happens. And then my top float goes up. And there you go. So you can see as I floated them back down, the top float went down, nothing happened, and then the bottom float went down, and then it shut itself off. Now, if I were to do that all again, even though I haven't touched the pump, let's say my shop's flooding, the water recedes, and then it comes back up. Now you saw how much quicker the motor started. That first start was a cold start. I haven't ran this thing for a couple days and it still cranked itself over and went. Now obviously I have water running through the system and this is kind of just like a general example, but let me show you what happens if something were to actually flood by simulating a flood with this 55-gallon drum. All right, so the setup here is pretty simple. I've got my suction hose in this drum. I've got the two floats, and then this would be my discharge hose. I'm just gonna cycle it back into my catch basin system because I'm obviously simulating a flood. So I'm gonna put this thing on auto. I'm going to fill the primer and just leave it full. And then we're gonna fill this bucket and you'll see what happens. All right, so I've got my test rig set up here. I've got a vessel filling. That's my discharge hose, my intake. And now we're gonna put this on standby mode. The blinking light says I'm in auto mode. And now we just gotta wait for this to fill up and watch it kick on. So our lower float is floating. And now we just gotta wait for our upper float to get submerged so it'll start to float and then this thing will automatically kick on. Just like that. Self-priming, self-starting gas pump. This is the Multi-Quip QP3 Ti. And what's amazing is that that sequence is now repeatable. So I'm still on standby over here on the controller. So if I'm in the middle of a flood and the water recedes but continues to come down, once this happens again, the condition where both floats are up, this pump is going to turn right back on and evacuate the water. And did you see how fast it emptied that bucket? This is an amazing piece of technology. If you have a job site, a shop, a house, anything that floods and you don't want to have to be there, standing there in your high waters ready to pull a pull starter, look into the Multi-Quip QP3 Ti. A easy investment if you want to keep yourself dry. All right, so that's the use case for something like this. Now I have a catch basin in my driveway and all my dry wells are tied into it. So basically if all my other dry wells are full, that's the only reason that this catch basin would fill up. Now because this is a full trash pump, it can actually suck up debris to about 1.25 inches solid and it can either pass it through or it'll shred it as it goes. Now the 3-inch discharge is really important because you want to evacuate as much water as possible, and I'll put some of the specs for this pump on the screen because I don't want to get them wrong in terms of its head lift and its actual discharge per minute. But overall, I mean, this is a huge kind of peace of mind tool for me. Now this unit is not necessarily cheap, but in a case like mine, I've had 30 inches of water outside, which 30 inches of water in my shop would probably ruin between $25,000 and $50,000 worth of equipment, right? All my saws, anything with a motor near the floor, and then any material is also going to get destroyed. So the investment into a machine like this is really less on the upfront cost, and it's more the long-term cost. Now it is a gas motor, you want to maintain it. You'd have to do oil changes and, you know, kind of test run it every now and then to make sure you're pulling suction. But for me, I can basically set this thing and forget about it and let it run overnight if I know we're gonna get big rain, and this thing is gonna turn itself on. I've always wanted something like this because during a storm, if the power is not stable, I don't have a backup generator that I can, let my electric pumps rely on in the case of a bad storm. So now for me, this is gonna be a huge peace of mind tool. And honestly, I can kind of see it in multiple other settings. So where I live, Long Island, pretty much everybody has a basement, but a lot of their basements flood. Now people will put like little kind of sump pumps in their basement that are really just for kind of catching like capillary action water that comes in through your foundation. But there have been times recently where people's basements have flooded all the way to the rafters of their basement to their first floor, because it'll come in through like an egress window or a side window. Now, if you had something like this set up outside, similar to the way you'd have a backup generator, you could actually have these floats in your sump catch basin. And if your basement started to flood in a really dramatic way, this would kick on and it would get that water out of your basement before you lost your boiler, your hot water heater, or in some cases, if the water gets high enough, people are losing their whole electrical panel. And if they've got a finished basement, they lose the whole basement. There are job sites I've worked on that are subterranean, that we've had floods over the weekends and we've, lost tools or we've lost material. Something like this, again, peace of mind, that's really what I got it for, and that's what I think people could use it for. Aside from that, it's just a really good pump. I mean, if you turn it off of the standby mode and you just want to use it as a manual pump, you can just turn the key and the thing will kick on, just like that. And we did actually have to pump out a really deep well with this, and it took just a couple of minutes. So overall, I mean, for me, this is a huge peace of mind thing. Now, I still have to worry about flooding, right? Because this can only pump so fast. But between this and the other provisions I've done here in my shop, I essentially feel like I've eliminated my chances down to a very, very small percentage that I'm gonna have a catastrophic flood again. Now, this hurricane season in 2024 kind of hit the Northeast early in the year, and it really devastated the South, the Florida, Tennessee, North Carolina areas. And something like this, again, cheap insurance, it really has the potential to save your property, which for me is huge. So anyway, thank you so much to Multiquip for supporting me and providing me with this unit for me to use and to test and to share with you. And if you want to learn more about it, there'll be some links down below. If you have any other tips on how I could optimize my kind of flood situation here, please leave them down below too. And if you think this would help you and you have questions, send them over to me. I'm happy to help or point you in the right direction. It's a very simple unit, basically a couple of little options, but if you have questions and I can answer them, do me a favor, send that over. If you want to watch me survive hurricane season, follow me on Instagram right here, where I basically always post when we're about to get a storm. All my prep, I put like a canopy out. It's a nightmare. It's something that keeps me up at night, but honestly, it's something that has taught me great resolve, and it's really taught me never to give up, because when my shop is flooding, it can be really stressful, and I feel like surviving that has been a huge character builder, let's put it that way. So anyway, check out the links down below. Thank you for watching this video, and stay dry.